Hey, how's it going, guys? Hope everyone's having a great day. So basically, I kind of realize I'm extremely late to the whole party because pretty much everybody probably knows about the Cayo Perico heist and everything. But, uh, I guess I kind of just decided to make like a little guide on how to basically do the heist step by step, everything you kind of need to know about it. Uh, because I still see so many people struggling with that heist. So, if this somehow helps out anybody uh, completing it, that's good enough for me. So, I kind of wanted to just put a video together explaining how I personally complete the heist itself, step by step, completely solo. You don't need anybody in this guide. I mean, if you do want to bring people along, then go for it. But I'm just gonna be sticking to explaining how to do this completely by yourself. You don't need anybody else. You can do this completely by yourself. Everything I'm about to go through is entirely solo. This is a solo-based guide for anybody that is still kind of struggling with the whole heist itself, I guess, and is just kind of unsure how to, probably do certain things and whatnot. So, alright, enough of me rambling just random nonsense. I'm gonna get into the guide, I guess, and explain step by step how I personally do the heist and yeah, kind of just the best way to do it in general. So, alright, I'm just gonna give everybody a warning. There's gonna be a lot of cuts, and the reason for that is I don't want this video to be, extremely long. I'm talking like hours long. I don't want to, do that. So, there's gonna be a load of cuts, but I'm just gonna cut to the parts where, I'm gonna explain the steps and, go from there. So another thing I want to say, this guide is assuming that you own a submarine already, the Kasaka. This is assuming that you own a submarine. You don't have to upgrade the submarine in any way, shape, or form. You just need to own a submarine. That's all you need. And this is also assuming that you've basically done all the intro stuff for the Cayo Perico heist. What I mean by the intro stuff is you've watched the intro cutscene, you've gone to the beach party, you've walked around the island a little bit, you've done all that stuff. So that's assuming that those two things are already done for you. And now we're gonna go from scoping out the island onwards. So, alright guys, I'll see you in the submarine, I guess. Yeah. Alright, so we are back in the submarine. We're in our Kasaka, so yep, this is basically where you want to be going forward. And if you go to the planning screen, this is basically where you start up all the setups and everything. You're gonna see all this information on the board. So if you haven't you obviously probably haven't done all of this is basically uh all the points of interest, all the escape points, and all the infiltration points. Now the infiltration points and the escape points, you're gonna want these. You're gonna want all of these. The infiltration points uh, basically show you all the different ways you can get onto the island. So, airstrip, halo jump, west beach, main dock, north drop zone, south drop zone, and drainage tunnel. The main dock, north drop zone, south drop zone, and drainage tunnel, those five you have to take photos of, and we're gonna go through that in this guide. We're gonna go through these five infiltration points and where they're located on the island, and how you basically obtain them on this board so that you have them available when you do the heist. Uh, West Beach, Halo Jump, and Airstrip. These are not infiltration points you take photos of. You will have the West Beach infiltration point automatically, and Halo Jump is a specific vehicle when you do the setup, so it's a setup vehicle. And then Airstrip, you'll have Airstrip automatically already as an infiltration point, so you don't need to scope that out. It's just these 5 that you do need to scope out, and they're extremely important, and they'll help you out a bunch. So it basically gives you different ways you can get onto the island when you actually do the heist. And as for the escape points, you want all of these escape points too. Now the Kasaka and the Airstrip, those are automatic, so you already get those no matter what. You don't have to do anything for the Airstrip or the Kasaka. You'll already have those. What you do need to do is get the main dock and north dock photographed. But like I said, we're going to go through that. And I'm going to show you all the places you need to take a photo of. Now, as for the points of interest, really, there's only 2 points of interest that you kind of need to take a photo of, which is the power station and the control tower, which are pretty useful. Basically, the power station, if you turn that off, if you go to the power station in the heist and turn that off, it shuts down all the island's CCTV except for the compound CCTV. So any cameras on the island will turn off if you shut the power station power off. So that's basically what that's for. Control tower is basically the island's air defenses. So on the heist, if you disable this, it will disable the island's main air defenses, and it will allow you to call in any backup that you've purchased in the backup screen. I'll get a little bit more into that when we actually start doing the heist itself. Secondary targets are basically things that you can steal. So there are 4. Actually, no, there's 5. There's 5 different secondary loot you can steal from the island, which in order go from cash, weed, cocaine, paintings, and gold. That's from, the least value to the highest value. So gold being the highest and cash being the lowest. So there's 5 different things you can steal. 2 of which you can only steal from the compound, which is paintings and gold. You cannot steal paintings and gold from the island itself because you won't be able to find any. That's only located in the compound itself. I'll get a little bit more into that when we actually do the heist. Cash, weed, and cocaine, on the other hand, are spread across the whole island in different little container places. I don't know really what to call them, but basically they're hidden behind these metal gates that you either have to break open the locks to get to, and then you can steal whatever's in there. So now that I've explained roughly all of what this is, we're gonna go and oh, my vehicle got destroyed. We're gonna go do the gather intel mission. So, and if you guys are wondering why my whole screen is red, currently it's on hard mode. So basically, hard mode is a step above normal for the heist. The first time you do this heist, it's gonna be on normal. That's just how it is. It's always gonna be on normal. And basically, all hard really does is it gives you a little bit more of a better payout. That's all it does. So we're gonna fly on over to
So we go back to paradise.
Cayo Beach. I'm gonna cut it until we get there. I'm gonna just cut this travel part out because this is pretty useless. Okay, so here we are. We're approaching the plane that you need to take to the island, which is the Balaam. It's a pretty slow plane. So basically, when you get here and you land your chopper or whatever you take to get here, and there's gonna be a couple of people standing outside the plane. What I like to do is just snipe them. So if you have some sort of sniper rifle, it's completely fine if you don't. You can just take out like an assault rifle. Alright, I don't know what is going on here, but I'm not hitting anyone. You can just take out like an assault rifle, and it basically, you know, does the same thing. You just gotta get a little bit closer to them, obviously. I just prefer sniping them, so yeah, that's kind of how I do this whole thing. Once that's done, basically just hop into the plane, and yeah, you're pretty much good to go from there. I'm probably gonna cut it again because it takes quite a few minutes to actually fly there, because not only do you have to travel all the way across the map to the plane, you have to fly the plane all the way back across the map. So I guess I'll see you when we get to the island itself, and then I start explaining what to do from there. Alright guys, so here we are. We should be getting pretty close to traveling to the island, so I just wanted to get rid of the traveling parts of the video, because, you know, that's you know, just gonna be kind of time consuming if I leave them in the video. But anyways, so I'm just gonna be running through all the, you know, infiltration and exit points. Now, there is a ton of secondary equipment that you can scope out, but I'm not gonna go through that in this video because there's just so many locations for that equipment to be in. So this guard's just gonna basically talk to you, pat you down, and then he's gonna let you, you know.
Okay, wait over there. They will bring it soon.
He's gonna let you roam around the island, or not the island, just the airstrip. You're actually not allowed to, you know, roam the island whatsoever. So once you're here and you're at the airstrip, the first thing what you want to do is I just wanted to wait for Pavel to stop talking. What you want to do is take a photo of this tower right here. This is basically the control tower. And you just take a photo. Obviously, I don't need to take a photo of it because I have all this, you know, already done, so it's kind of pointless for me. But you just take a photo of this tower right here, and it should let you send it to Pavel. And once you've done that, you'll get the control tower on your board back at the Kasaka. So the next thing what you want to do is just run on over here to this location and take a photo of this right here, and this is the power station. So pull out your phone, you zoom in on this box right here. It doesn't matter if this gate's in the way, or it shouldn't matter. If it doesn't give you the option to send it to Pavel, you can get a little closer to it. You can oh god, what am I doing? You can get a little closer to it. You can get, you know, pretty much right up to it, I believe. Yeah. And you can take a photo like this right here. So those two things, you need to take a photo of those before you do anything else. So, okay, personally, what I like to do going forward now is I like to go into the hangar here and basically see what's in there and take photos of it, because on the heist finale, I rob anything that's in this hangar, no matter what it is, because I don't really like spending too much time going to, you know, other parts of the island. So you could have anything in here between cash, weed, or cocaine. It could be any one of those. Right here we got weed, which is, you know, decent. We got 2 stacks of it actually, so that's actually really good. So
easy to sell. I will mark a location planning screen.
Scope those out. You take a photo of, you know, you have to take a photo twice if there's 2. If there's 1, then you only need to take the photo once. But yeah, for the equipment, you can also go up here. There's gonna be another table. So there we go. We got cash and weed. We got quite a lot of good stuff in this hangar. what I was trying to talk about with the equipment, the secondary equipments, there's a grappling hook, guard outfits, and some pliers. So like some bolt cutters.
Hard cash? Always
Uh,
welcome. I will mark location.
and they all have their own uses. I'm not gonna go through all that stuff in this video because I'm pretty sure that would take me a very, very long time to go through all that. If anybody does want me to make a guide on that stuff, I can make like an extension onto this guide. If you know, if people do want me to do that, I'm more than happy to. I just don't want to go through it in this particular guide because this is just a straightforward. I kind of just don't want to overcomplicate things. I kind of just want to keep it as simple as I can for people. We got some more weed and cash in here, so it's a shame that there's no cocaine. 'Cause cocaine is the most the most value. It's the most valuable drug you can steal.
Okay, position locked.
From these places. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the map real quick, and we're gonna go to the first infiltration point. So this is the first infiltration point right here. And I believe it's the north drop zone. If I'm not fully correct on the infiltration and exit points, guys, I really apologize. Just know that I'm showing you all the places that you need to take a photograph of. So I strongly suggest that you take the time to go to these locations I'm about to show you and take a photograph of the exact thing that I'm about to present in the video. So because that will get you all the infiltration and exfiltration points. So when you get here, you see this boat right here? If you just stand about like here and you just take a photo, like you just take a photo of this. I know it's kind of dark. I kind of hate how it's dark. That sucks. I can't control the weather in this game, unfortunately. But if you just take a photo of this boat, where this boat is, you will get the north dock. I believe it's not the north dock, the north drop zone. Almost mixed that up. But yeah, this is the first location you want to go to. The second location is going to be this. So this is going to be yeah, this is going to be the north dock. This is going to be the second place you want to go to take a photo. So we're going to head over there right now. Basically what you want to do is when you get here is take a photo of just this dock, just in general, around here. If you take a photo of this, then that will be the north dock entry and exit point. This serves as an entry point and an exit point, so it serves as both. So once you get here, you just hop off your motorcycle or whatever you decided to drive here with. I strongly suggest the motorcycle. I wasn't supposed to fall into the ocean, but okay. Basically all you do, guys, is take out your phone again, take a picture of this place right here, and that will be the south or the main dock. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying south. It should be the main dock. This is what this location should be on the map, the main dock, right here. And then, yeah, that's basically what that is. So, going forward, this right here is going to be the south drop zone. I can show that location again. It's quite far away. It's way over there at the back of the island. That's going to be another infiltration point. So the main dock and the north dock can be used for both infiltration and exfiltration, so escape and entrance. The drop zones can only be used for infiltration. Then yeah, they can follow this, and this should, you know, serve as you know, a good sort of little guide. So if you just take a photo of this area right here with this like pile of gravel, you will get the south drop zone. This will give you that point of interest. And again, I'll show that on the map. So we traveled from the main dock all the way to here. And the last infiltration point that I want to show you is the drainage tunnel. I'll show you guys right here where it is. Basically, all you do is jump down here. Oh, well, I took a fall, but you know, I'm still alive. And yeah, you basically just swim until around where I put that marker. I like how there's just a random boat waiting for me here. That's useful because I'm gonna have to take that all the way back to the airstrip, unfortunately. And what you do is basically just you kind of just have to look around for where it is, and as soon as you spot it, you'll know when you've spotted it. It's really easy to find. It's basically a tunnel. There you go. This right here. So to be exact, it's right here on the map. That's where the drainage tunnel is. Just for a point of reference. And basically you just swim near it. Pavel will talk to you about it. He'll say, oh, you found something interesting, and it will come up on your radar. And all you gotta really do is just swim back up to the top. Now, unfortunately for my situation, and anybody else that obviously does this, you're gonna have to go all the way back to the start. Luckily I have a boat here. I have no idea if this boat is always here. Hopefully it is, because it's kind of frustrating to, you know, have no type of transportation. But that's roughly around it. That's all the infiltration and exfiltration and, you know, main things that you're gonna want to do before you actually start setting up this heist, guys. Okay, so we're back at the airstrip, right where we started when we arrived on the island. We're right here. So once you've, you know, done all that, scoped out secondary loot in the hangars and the secondary loot over in that little area over there, done all the points of interest, main points of interest for infiltration and exfiltration, you now have to go to the communications tower.
Do not assume access point to the network will be the same this time. Signal box may have moved. Check high, check low.
So, like Pavel just said there on the little indicator that he was giving us, he was basically telling us that this box right here, this signal box, can be in different locations. So sometimes it can be on the floor next to me right now. It can be over there where that door is, and it can be any level on the tower. So it can be anywhere on the tower. So those are the three locations it can be. It can be right there, or it can be against that door, or it can be anywhere on the communications tower. So just keep that in mind. It's not the same. It's not in the same location every time you do this heist. So, all right. So we're gonna hack the signal box. Now there's a little mini game you have to do in order to complete this. So basically, you'll see these symbols. There's 3 different symbols. There's a 0 with like a line going through it. What that basically means is that if you choose any of the numbers, it's going to be the same number. That's all that means. This symbol right here, it means it doubles the number that you choose. The line with the 2 lines going in through it, that's what that means. There's a 3rd symbol where it's an X. It's literally an X, and that times the number, I think it times it by 10. Yeah, it times it by 10. So, for example, if I were to choose 4, sorry, it would be 40. Or if I were to choose 5, it would be 50. So that's kind of what the symbols do. So, what you want to do with the target number up there is find the equal amount for that number. That's basically the whole goal of this. So, so that equals 6. And then if we add 4, that equals 10. Then if we add another 5, we got 15. So that's essentially how that works, guys. I hope I explained that as simply as I could.
Okay, I have access. The app is on your phone.
it's probably going to be really confusing the first time you do that, but if anyone is still confused about that, you can just, shoot me a comment down below, and I will, try to explain it even more. If anybody in general has any questions about what I've explained so far, you can answer or ask me, anything, and I'll try to respond to the question. But anyways, so once you've done that, you'll get like a little hint about what Pavel tells you to look at your phone on Sightseer. Basically, Sightseer is an app that you use to look at the cameras in the compound. So we're gonna hit that, and basically what you want to do the very first time you scope out this island is go through every camera. You don't have to do this,
Let's have a look in the vault room, in the basement.
you don't have to do this, the third or fourth or fifth time you do this heist. All you have to do is find the primary target. But the very first time you do this heist, I strongly suggest you go through all the cameras. So what I mean by this is, when you're on the cameras, you just you turn left to right, and that will give you a point of interest most of the time. So you just go through all the cameras. That's all you do. And you'll find secondary loot on the tables in there and everything. You'll find all kinds of stuff like that. That's basically what you want to do. Just flick through all the cameras, go left to right, and do that for every camera. Don't skip any cameras. Each camera you change to, you want to...
There, in display case.
Okay, so...
Diamond. Did you know you could have diamonds in pink?
So
Must be worth extra.
we've scoped out a diamond in a case.
Getting through the
So
case will be a challenge. Use the wrong tool
that's the
and you'll
primary
destroy what
target.
is inside.
That's the primary target.
I will
We're
do
in
some research.
the basement camera right now. That is the primary target that you scope out each time
Remember,
you
are not a pack mule.
you
There's
do the
only
heist.
so much you can carry. You want
Sometimes
more?
there
Bring
can be
friends.
loot also in the safe. It's completely random. I'm gonna go through each primary target individually and explain on that. But for now, I'm just gonna, go through the cameras and show you how to do that.
Gold. Now this is worth noting down.
So we got gold. Now, like I said, oh, and a painting on the wall.
Possibly very lucrative.
Like I said,
I will note down where it is.
for the secondary targets, you're gonna need at least one other person to get into those. So just keep that in mind. So we're not gonna be focusing on any of these secondary targets inside the compound. We're gonna leave those alone because that's not solo. You cannot obtain those solo. Of course, there's a glitch where you can open those doors, but I'm not gonna be talking about that at all in this video. So
That's on your planning screen now.
if anybody does want me to go through that, I can, I guess,
Location
make some sort of a video talking about it, I guess, but we're not gonna be, going over any of that stuff in this guide. This is just a simple, straightforward guide for anyone that's having trouble with the Cayo Perico heist. So, and for people that are beginning to do the heist and are unsure about what to do. So this is just going over the main things that I want, or I would strongly suggest people do if it's the first time they're doing this heist. This is basically just going over all that stuff. Yeah,
Okay. Position locked.
you'll scope out gold, you'll scope out, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, this is what you want to do right here. So make sure you look around fully on the outside cameras, because you'll always get points of interest. You'll always get points of interest on these outside cameras, guys, and that's what you always want to do. So all the walls, all the doors, just go fully rotate the cameras on each of the cameras. You want to fully rotate them. So don't skip on any cameras, otherwise you'll end up missing points of interest. That's what you want to do. Alright. There we go, we got a supply truck.
This is guard truck, yes? You would need a disguise, but you could use this to enter compound. I will mark location now.
So, I'm not gonna fully go over what the supply truck's for. All I will say is that the supply truck allows you to enter the compound if you have a disguise on first, to enter the compound as a guard. That's all that does. We're not gonna be using that method in this guide, but if, like I said, if anybody wants me to make like different methods, or go through all the different methods and detailed stuff like that, I'm more than happy to. But as of now, I'm just trying to create a straightforward guide for people that are beginners at this heist, and don't don't really have a good idea on what to actually be doing and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's roughly all the cameras that we've gone through. Yeah, so we're back at the basement. So you can just exit off of those cameras. You've basically done everything at this point. So that's pretty much it. That's everything you at least need to do in order to continue the heist and have it, have a lot easier time, completing the heist itself. So once you get back to the plane, you hit the button and you fly back to Los Santos. And this is essentially where now, this is step 2. We've completed step 1. That was all of step 1. Now this is step 2. This is the setups. This is this is what you're going to be doing to actually set up the heist. And I'm actually, yeah, going to go through all the setups. Best way to do them. All that good stuff. So, yep, you'll get the cutscene. You'll go back into the airport. And essentially, that's it. So, once you're back at your submarine, you just want to get back in here and essentially go to your planning screen. And I'm going to be showing you how to set this heist up silent, like a silent approach. And in my opinion, you want to do this heist silent. I don't really see any point in this, in people setting this up like to do loud, unless you want to do it for fun or something along the lines of that. I can make like a separate thing on how to set it up loud if anybody does want me to do that. But I'm essentially just going to be showing you guys how to set the heist up silently. So this is going to be a silent method. This is total stealth. This is not going to be any detection whatsoever. So once you get back, you should have infiltration points, escape points, and compound entry points all maxed out. Points of interest doesn't have to be maxed out. If it's 3 out of 6, that's completely fine. Don't worry about that. But as long as you have 6 out of 6, 4 out of 4, and 8 out of 8 for the other stuff, that's completely fine. Secondary targets, like I said, that's not a big deal. As long as you have the ones in the hangar at the airstrip scoped out, then you're fine. So let's look at the preps. So yeah, I'm going to go through all these setups. So these are essentially what you're going to be, this is the equipment you're going to be gathering for the heist. So how I usually do the heist, you've got 6 different options here. A lot of people take the submarine. The submarine's completely fine. If you want to take the submarine, go for it. How I go about doing the heist is the long fin. I take the long fin. My main reason I take the long fin is because it allows me to go get the secondary loot at the airstrip before I actually go into the compound. So that's essentially what the long fin does. If you take the Kasaka, you can still do that, but you have to swim to the airstrip, and I don't like that method because then you have to take a vehicle to the compound. And or you can steal a boat at one of the docks and then take it to the drainage tunnel. I personally just don't like doing it that way. I like taking the long fin because the long fin allows you to basically get off the boat, get into the airstrip, take what you want, get back on the boat, then go to the compound. So that's basically why I like the long fin. Equipment wise, so here's what I'm gonna say right now. Do not get the demolition charges, and the reason for this is all you need is the cutting torch. Demolition charges are for a loud approach. You do not want to get the demolition charges if you're going silent. It's completely useless, and it's gonna alert guards if anything. Demolition charges are not what you want to be using for the silent approach. So it's the cutting torch fingerprint cloner, and plasma cutter. These 2 are mandatory. Cutting torch is also mandatory. And, oh, this is also mandatory, but choose the cutting torch over the demolition charges is what I'm pretty much trying to say. So, as for the disruption, you don't need to do any of these. You don't need to do any of these unless you're doing aggressive, which, you know, we're not doing for this. We're doing silent. You don't need to do any of these setups. Not a single one. They don't hinder the heist at all if you don't do those. So, as for the weapon setup, you can go with anything you feel like, but what I would strongly suggest would be the best loadout for silent is the crack shot. You get a pistol and a sniper rifle, and I think for this approach, what I'm about to show you is the best weapon loadout for the heist. And don't forget to buy suppressors, guys. It's about 5k. It's only 5k. Do not forget to buy these. If you forget to buy these, what's gonna essentially happen is you're gonna turn up on the island with unsuppressed guns, and that is not gonna go well, because as soon as you shoot your guns, the guards are gonna hear it and you're gonna get detected. So make sure you buy suppressors. I see so many people, they just they don't have suppressors. So make sure you buy suppressors is basically essentially what I'm saying. Alright, so now that I've kind of explained all the setups, what we're going to do is we're going to go get the long fin. So once you select the long fin, setup's going to start. And we're going to take our... Oh god, I hope my MK2 hasn't fallen into the ocean. Sometimes your oppressor will fall into the... Oh, it's still there. Well, lucky for us.